If you actually want to start seeing results with the rowing machine, you need to make sure that you are using the correct settings on the monitor to see results over time. Hey, I'm Austin with Just Row, helping you make sense of the rowing machine and get the results you're looking for. A big shout out to everyone who is subscribed to my follow along rowing app, Just Row, with the most comprehensive and easy to follow along with rowing workout videos. You guys make videos like this possible. If you're interested in the app, be sure to check it out down below. Most people just sit on the rower and start rowing away for a warm up or a little bit of cardio or whatever, and that's fine if you don't want to get better, but using the correct settings can really help you progress your rowing over time. What's great about the Concept 2 monitor is that it has a lot of great details to use in the workout summaries in the results section that you can use to help progress yourself over time. But it's hard to see the precise details if you don't program your workout. Luckily, it's pretty simple. You hit select workout, select new workout, and then program in either the distance or the time that you're doing. Now, once you've set your workout, you'll notice on the monitor there's a display button and a units button. Do not have the units set to calories per hour. That is the least effective number to be watching. Now, sure, if you're doing a CrossFit calorie row, then yeah, you gotta see the calorie count. But if you're actually training and trying to pace yourself through a row, the reason why calories per hour isn't a great option is because there's so much variation between how little and how big that number can get. If you're paddling along, it can be as low as 300 calories per hour, but if you're sprinting, that number can get over 2,000 calories per hour. There's so much variation there that it's hard to hold a consistent effort stroke to stroke. That number will constantly be changing. That's also why I don't recommend using watts as a unit either. While it doesn't have as much variation as calories per hour, it still has a big variation. You can be rowing as lightly as 10 watts per stroke, but when you're sprinting, you can row well over 1,000 watts. Not everyone can row over 1,000 watts, but you get my point. There's a lot of variation there still. And that's why the best unit to use on the monitor is the pace per 500 meters. Think of this number as your watch telling you, or a treadmill telling you, your pace per mile while you're running. Let's say you're running at an 8-minute per mile pace and you start to run faster. The pace might go from an 8-minute per mile to a 7:30 per mile once you pick up the speed. It's the same thing on the rower, but instead of a mile, it's your pace per 500 meters, which means the softer that you row, the slower you're going and the slower the pace is. And as you row faster and harder, the pace gets faster, the number gets lower, and there's a lot less variation between those numbers compared to calories per hour or watts per hour. You could row as slow as a 4-minute pace per 500, but if you're a strong sprinter, you can get that split all the way down to a 1-minute, 20-second per 500. But because it's showing you a time per 500, the numerical value isn't from 0 to 100 like it is calories per hour or watts, it's 0 to 60. So there's a lot less variation, which means it's a lot easier to hold a steady intensity. And if you're doing a long duration cardio row, you're trying to hold a steady intensity, because unlike a treadmill where you just press a button and not fly off, on the rower you have to make your speed each stroke. And the pace per 500 is a great way to be able to track how consistent you are stroke to stroke without seeing so much little variation, even if you're being consistent. So on the units, use the pace per 500. But what about the display button? Well, there's a few different displays. The first one you might see is the pace boat display. And if you didn't program your workout, the pace boat is pretty much useless. Nothing really goes on while you're rowing with the pace boat if you didn't program a workout and set a pace boat pace. The pace boat can be helpful if you have a target pace per 500 goal that you have for whatever row that you're doing. Let's say you want to row a 2,000 meter row in 8 minutes or less. When you program in a 2,000 meter row, you can set the pace boat to a 2-minute pace per 500, and as you do your row, you can row along with the pace boat to keep you in a kind of a competitive mindset to beat the pace boat, to beat your goal. Now, if you hit display after that, you'll see the watts graph. And essentially this is a bar graph that every stroke it is computing your power output. If you row with more power, the bar goes higher. If you row with less power, the bar goes lower. And stroke to stroke, you're stacking up those bars, essentially giving you a tool to see how consistent your power output is stroke to stroke. Because again, on the rower, you have to make your power each stroke, unlike a treadmill where you just press a button and just stay on it. Can be useful if you're trying to be super consistent with your output, but again, not the most ideal setting. If you hit the display button again, you'll see a very basic display of your time, your pace per 500 meters, the meters that you've rode, and your stroke rate, or your strokes per minute. At the bare minimum, this is a monitor setting you want to use because it is giving you pretty much everything that you need to know for the most basic of rows at least. Because you can see your pace per 500 as the biggest number on the screen, you can use that to help track how consistent you're rowing stroke to stroke. And if you're aiming for a specific rhythm, the stroke rate, you can see that in the bottom left-hand corner. It's giving you all the basic details you need. But there is a better setting. If you hit display again, you will see the more advanced view of what we just looked at. And with that more advanced view, you'll see time at the very top left, your strokes per minute in the top right, your pace per 500 meters right below that, across the middle at the top, and then the real secret sauce of this monitor setting, your average pace per 500 meters. Adding up all the strokes you've taken and spitting out where the average is. Below that, on the bottom half of the screen, you'll see your meters. And below that, you'll see the split per 500 meters. The difference between the split and the pace is that the pace is telling you, stroke per stroke, what your output is, where the split per 500 is showing you your pace per 500 for a given amount of time. And you actually set that time, the split length, when you're programming the workout. And then below that, you've got your projected finish. Keep in mind, if you set it for a distance row, you'll see your distance in the top left, your time on the first row in the bottom half, and then your projected finish time at the very bottom. This is the optimal display you want to use when you're rowing. It gives you everything you need to stay on track with whatever pace and workout that you're going for. And even though all the numbers might seem overwhelming right now, give it some time and practice and you will come to love this information that it gives you because it keeps you accountable and it keeps you on track. Then when you're done with your workouts, you can go to the results summary screen, list by date, and then select the most recent row that you did. And you'll see a nice, beautiful breakdown of the programmed workout that you did, showing you your distance, your time, your split, your stroke rate, everything you need to save that data. Then for your next workout, do whatever it takes to improve that, whether that's more stroke rate, more power, more duration, more distance, whatever it might be. The monitor is awesome, and once you learn to love it and use these optimal display settings, you're gonna start seeing a lot more results and have a lot more fun on this, what's considered a torture device for many. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to let me know your thoughts down below and subscribe for more rowing content. And don't forget to check out my app, Just Row, for hundreds of follow-along workouts and programs built for all fitness levels where you and I can row together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.